Chicago Bears turned 5 wins into 11 in a single season. They captured the NFC North for the first time since 2018. They erased an 18-point hole to bury the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs, the largest postseason comeback in franchise history. Then the offseason got louder. One second-year receiver walked into OTAs and looked like the best player on the grass, and nobody around the building will stop talking about him. Hold that name. You will hear it again. Start with the quarterback. Caleb Williams owns the cover of Madden this year, the new face of the sport. He shattered the Bears' single-season passing record with 3,942 yards. Head coach Ben Johnson keeps raving about sharper accuracy and cleaner ball placement. The weapons turned over too. DJ Moore is gone to Buffalo. The keys now belong to Rome Odunze, Colston Loveland, and a rising star nobody expected to arrive this fast. One quiet move this spring fixed the offense's biggest headache, and the reason it matters changes the whole season. Now flip to defense. Dennis Allen tore his unit down and rebuilt the back end around speed and young legs. The pass rush has questions, the secondary has more, and the schedule sets up a division suddenly soft at the top. The Detroit Lions collapsed the moment Ben Johnson walked out the door. The Green Bay Packers lost their best defender to a torn knee. Chicago smells blood in the water. The pieces are falling into place for something this city has hungered after for a generation. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Bears and all the NFL content. Let's aim for 500 likes on this video. The biggest worry coming into OTAs sat at left tackle. Ozzy Trapilo tore his patellar tendon in the playoffs and will miss at least half the season. The man guarding the Caleb Williams blind side looked like a giant question mark. Then Braxton Jones showed up rebuilt. He fractured his ankle late in 2024 and rushed back too soon last year. This spring, he looks healthier, stronger, and more sure of himself than at any point since the injury. Last year, the staff dragged the left tackle decision deep into the season before settling on Ozzy Trapilo, and the offense paid for the uncertainty. This time, the answer arrived early, and it arrived in a familiar face. The tape backs the hype. Before the ankle shut him down, Braxton Jones allowed only 2 sacks and 15 pressures across 210 snaps in 4 games. Pro Football Focus once graded him inside the top third of every tackle in football. He spent the offseason training with retired star Terron Armstead, one of the finest pass protectors of his era, and the staff noticed the difference the moment work opened. Ben Johnson sounds like a coach who has seen enough, pointing to a healthier body and a sharper mind as the reason the job feels close to locked. The competition stays friendly. Jedrick Wills Jr. signed a 1-year deal after sitting out last season. Theo Benedict keeps stealing reps and praise. Both push Braxton Jones without scaring the staff. Right tackle stays solid with second team All-Pro Darnell right anchoring the edge. The left side once looked like the soft spot of the roster. It now looks like a strength forming in real time. The same calm does not yet exist on the other side of the ball, where the real drama lives. Dennis Allen inherited a defense built by someone else and spent this offseason making it his own. The numbers demanded it. Chicago ranked 29th in total yards allowed last season and leaned on takeaways to survive. The defense forced turnovers at an elite rate, and that ball-hawking instinct masked a soft middle and a quiet pass rush. Dennis Allen knows the takeaways regress without real heat on the quarterback. The front needed bite. Montez Sweat leads the group after 10 sacks, and he remains the highest paid player on the roster for a reason. The whole pressure problem starts with the man lined up across from him. Right now, that spot belongs to a recovery ward. Dayo Odeyingbo signed a 3-year, $48 million contract and then tore his Achilles for the second time in his career, finishing last season with 1 sack in 8 games. He works his way back slowly. Behind him, Shamar Turner rehabs a knee injury of his own. The Bears need both healthy, and the timeline stays cloudy, heading toward training camp. Every snap they miss raises the stakes on the one young rusher trending up. Austin Booker is the swing piece. He missed the first 7 games last year, then erupted for 4.5 sacks over the final 6, and added a playoff sack for good measure. He piled up 23 pressures in that closing stretch, roughly 4 per game. The staff hired line coach Jeremy Garrett to sharpen technique across the board. If Austin Booker takes the next step, this front goes from shaky to frightening. Even so, the most shocking story of the offseason has nothing to do with sacks at all. Here's the number the rest of the league avoids. Over the last 4 seasons, the Chicago Bears carry a league worst negative, 795 net penalty yardage gap. Last season alone, they drew the fewest penalty yards on opponents in the entire NFL, 678, nearly 200 yards under the league average. Analyst Warren Sharp dug into the film and the flags and gave the feeling a name. Bears fans call it the Bears tax. The center of the storm is Caleb Williams. Defenders hit him well over 100 times across his first 2 seasons. They sacked him 68 times in his rookie year alone. And through 2 full regular seasons, officials threw 0 roughing the passer flags in his favor. 0. Backup quarterbacks who started a handful of games drew more protection than the face of Madden. Chicago ranks 31st in roughing the passer drawn, 30th in unnecessary roughness, and dead last in defensive pass. Interference, drawn since 2022. This matters beyond the conspiracy talk. A young quarterback absorbing that many free shots and surviving says something rare about his toughness. It also reveals how thin the margin truly is. Clean up the whistle, and a few of those one-score games last season swing the other way. Ben Johnson will not lean on it as an excuse, and neither will his quarterback. They want the completion rate higher and the hits lower. The roster around Caleb Williams is the part they control, and the next wave of talent is younger and faster than people realize. Remember the receiver from the opening. His name is Luther Burden III, and he might already be the #1 target in this offense. He drew rave reviews all spring from reporters and former players, finished his rookie year strong with a dominant night against San Francisco, then added big catches in the playoffs. He posted the highest yards per route run of any rookie receiver in the last decade. Ben Johnson says the game is slowing down for him, and a player with this speed and physicality in a system like this becomes a nightmare to cover. He is not alone. Rome Odunze enters year 3 hungry, though his foot tells a quieter story. After a stress fracture last season, he calls his recovery a new normal, a structure of calluses and shifting bone he manages every day. He practices, he looks healthy, but the staff watches that foot closely. Colston Loveland gives Caleb Williams a matchup weapon at tight end next to veteran Cole Kmet. Kyle Monangai flashed nearly 1,000 all-purpose yards as a rookie and pushes DeAndre Swift for touches. The 2026 rookie class adds even more speed. The Bears spent the first round on safety Dylan Thieneman, a sub 4.4 flyer who slots in next to Kobe Bryant. They grabbed Iowa center Logan Jones in the second round. They added LSU receiver Xavier Thomas, a 4.28 burner with 2 drops all of last season and a gift in the return game. They even grabbed Stanford tight end Sam Roush and Texas defensive back Malik Muhammad to deepen the rotation. Speed at every level. This roster is loaded with young ascending talent, which is exactly why the division race now tilts toward Chicago. The road runs through the NFC North, and the top of that division looks shakier than it has in years. The Detroit Lions own this turf. Then Ben Johnson left the coordinator chair, walked into Halas Hall, and Detroit fell from 15 wins to 9 wins and missed the playoffs entirely. The offense built a franchise scoring record one year and cratered the next without him, dropping a full yard per play across the season. Detroit went home in January for the first time since 2022. Chicago did not steal a coach. Chicago stole a kingdom. Green Bay carries its own wound. The Packers lost All-Pro edge rusher Micah Parsons to a torn knee late last season, and their pass rush went silent without him. Caleb Williams already beat them twice last year, once in the regular season and once in that unforgettable playoff comeback at Soldier Field. Jordan Love keeps Green Bay dangerous, but a defense missing its best player hands the Bears a matchup edge they did not hold a year ago. The fear in this rivalry has flipped sides. The Minnesota Vikings round out the group, and the rest of the division offers no easy nights either. What matters is the gap. Chicago returns a young quarterback on the rise, a rebuilt offensive line, and a defense designed to take the ball away. The rivals are rebuilding, recovering, or replacing. The window is open right now, and the Bears know it, which pulls us straight back to the one quiet move that fixed the whole operation up front. This is the one. When Pro Bowl center Drew Dalman stunned the team and retired at 27, the Bears stared down a nightmare. The center is the brain of the offensive line, the player who sets protections next to the quarterback. Last season, the offense drowned in cadence problems and false starts during install. Lose your center and the chaos returns. Chicago refused to gamble with the franchise. They moved fast and traded for veteran Garrett Bradbury, fresh off a Super Bowl run with the New England Patriots. 8 years of experience, a calm, smart anchor who once lined up beside All-Pro guard Joe Thuney, his old college teammate at North Carolina State. The early returns at OTAs tell the story. No miscommunications, no cadence breakdowns. Crisp, clean snaps from the opening day. The exact problem that haunted this offense last year looks solved before the pads even come on. The future got handled too. The Bears drafted Iowa center Logan Jones in the second round, the heir who now learns behind a steady veteran instead of sinking on day one. Garrett Bradbury holds the present. Logan Jones owns the future. There's no rush, no panic, and no rookie thrown to the wolves. Before he is ready, which is exactly how a contender handles its most demanding position, pair that with a rebuilt left tackle, an all-pro guard, and a second-team all-pro right tackle. And the wall in front of Caleb Williams turned from a worry into a weapon. Protect the franchise quarterback and everything else this team wants becomes reachable. So where does this land? The Chicago Bears return 11-win talent, a healthier offensive line, a faster defense, and a quarterback entering his second year in the Ben Johnson system. The division around them is wounded. The supporting cast around Caleb Williams is younger and deeper. This is a team built to climb, not a fluke waiting to fade back into the pack. The 2025 run ended in a brutal overtime loss to the Rams, 20-17, a game Chicago led and let slip. That sting fuels the offseason. Every player in the building remembers how close they sat to a deeper run. Here's the call. The Bears win 12 games, repeat as NFC North champions, and Caleb Williams finishes the year as a top 5 quarterback in the league. Write it down. He broke the franchise passing record while drawing zero protection from the officials. And now he owns a better line, better weapons, and a full season in this offense. The leap from good to elite happens this season. Disagree all you want. Drop your win total prediction in the comments. Tell me where Caleb Williams lands. Then hit subscribe before the next breakdown drops so you never miss one.